You think you're broke. You look at your bank account and feel that cold pit in your stomach. But here's the truth. Being broke is a temporary state of your wallet, while being poor is a state of mind. Most people aren't lacking money. They're lacking the manual for how money actually works. They are working hard, but they're playing a game where they don't know the rules. Today, we're changing that. Wealth isn't a mountain that only a few are allowed to climb. It's a series of levels that anyone can master if they have the right tools. You've been trying to climb without a ladder for far too long. So let's start your education. Forget the complex jargon and the Wall Street fluff. We're going to break down the basic financial concepts that will move you from surviving to thriving starting right now. Let's talk about rule number 1, the leaky bucket. Most people focus on how much water they can pour into the bucket. That's their income. But they almost never look at what's happening at the bottom. If your bucket is full of holes, like high-interest debt, unused subscriptions, and impulse buys, it doesn't matter how much you make. You'll always be thirsty because your money is disappearing before you can use it. The goal of the first stage of the game is simple. Patch the holes. You can't build a future on a foundation that's constantly draining. You have to decide what's more important, looking wealthy now or being wealthy later. Once the holes are patched, every dollar you save becomes a seed. Most people eat their seeds. They spend their extra cash on things that lose value the moment they leave the store. They never give their wealth a chance to grow. But when you plant those seeds, through investing and patience, they grow into something massive. Time is the soil. The longer you let your money sit and compound, the more effortless your future becomes. Once you patch the holes, you have to understand the game. Money isn't something you work for. It's a tool you use to buy back your time. When you read the right books, you stop being a pawn in someone else's economy. Every financial decision you make is a move on a chessboard. If you're just reacting to life, paying bills as they come, panicking when an emergency hits, you're losing. But if you have a strategy, if you know where your next 3 moves are, you're the one in control. The biggest trap in the game is instant gratification. That shiny new gadget or the fancy dinner feels good for an hour, but it steals from the person you're going to be in 10 years. Is it really worth it? Discipline is simply choosing what you want most over what you want now. Every time you put a coin in your piggy bank instead of a vending machine, you are voting for your future freedom. Markets go up and markets go down. The people who panic during a crash are the ones who don't understand the rules. If you have a long-term plan, a dip is just a sale. It's an opportunity, not a disaster. And then there's debt. Not all debt is created equal. There is debt that pulls you down and debt that moves you forward. Before you swipe that card, ask yourself, is this helping me build, or is it just another hole? Your credit score is your financial reputation. It's the invisible pole that helps you balance on the tightrope of the modern economy. Master this, and the world opens up. Ignore it, and every step becomes a struggle. Let's talk about the player fee. Taxes are a part of the game. You don't have to like them, but you do have to understand them. Wealthy people don't avoid taxes. They use the rules to keep as much of their pizza as possible. Life will throw rain at you. It's inevitable. An emergency fund isn't just savings. It's an insurance policy for your peace of mind. When you have that umbrella, a flat tire or a broken appliance is just an inconvenience. This is how you stop living in fear. When you have 6 months of expenses tucked away, you don't have to tolerate a toxic job or a bad situation. Your emergency fund is your walk-away money. Now, look at the gears. To win the second half of the game, you need systems. You need your money to move automatically into investments, savings, and bills. If you have to think about it every month, you'll eventually fail. Your identity has to shift. You need to look in the mirror and see a manager of capital, not just a consumer of products. When your self-image changes, your spending habits follow. You start to value assets over status symbols. Prosperity is having a compass, not just a map. You need to know your true north, your why. Why do you want wealth? Is it for family, travel, security? Once you have a why, the how becomes easy. The journey isn't a sprint. It's a marathon on a treadmill that eventually starts moving for you. In the beginning, you do all the work. Eventually, the momentum of your investments takes over and carries you. True wealth isn't about having the most gold. It's about having the most peace. It's being able to sit down with a cup of tea and know that your family is taken care of, no matter what happens in the world. You are at a crossroads right now. You can keep playing the game without the manual, or you can take the map I've given you and start moving in a new direction. The choice is yours, but the path is clear. Commit to the person you are becoming. Sign a contract with yourself today that you won't settle for just getting by anymore. You are capable of mastering this. You are worth the effort. Abundance isn't a limited resource. There are enough stars in the sky for everyone to fill their bucket. Stop worrying about what everyone else has and start focusing on your own field of sunflowers. At the end of the day, money is just a tool to protect yourselves. You've already won the hardest part of the game. And that is where your freedom begins. You aren't broke. You're just in the middle of a massive comeback. Master the rules, trust the process, and watch how quickly your world changes. Thank you for watching. Now, go take that first step. I'll see you at the top.